Yeah, hi, I'm Bill Riordan. I'm here to say a few things about Tai Chi and demonstrate quite a bit of it. I grew up in Worcester. I live in Shrewsbury, been living there for 50 years, and started Tai Chi, I think 27 years ago by now. And it's something we were looking for to do. My wife and I were just looking for something to do together and to do something in a group, to meet new people, make new friends. And by this time, some of my closest friends are now 27 years old. So anyhow, what is Tai Chi? The short answer is that Tai Chi is a martial art that people do for rest and relaxation. But there's quite a bit more to it than that. There's quite a few benefits. You get, from the general exercises, there's general health benefits. It's not boring. Surprisingly, even though the movements are slow, the leg muscles are built up, the calf muscles are built up. From here up, it's more range of motion. Your balance will improve, and your brain will get a workout. You have to use your brain. You have to pay attention. And there's a social part of it. I love the social part of it. Just meeting people, meeting new friends. When Tai Chi people get together, they can talk endlessly about Tai Chi. Other things too, but we can talk a lot about Tai Chi. Tai Chi goes back, I don't know if anyone really knows, couple thousand years ago. But it has evolved through the ages, maybe until about 400 years ago, as people got just a little bit more literacy ability, and they started to document. So the first really good evidence goes back about 400 years. It was mainly the Chen family, related to Riordan mountain. But Chen put it together. All the variations from there start with Chen, and there are 6 or so top variations, major recognized variations. Yang is the one I'm going to emphasize today. Probably 90% of the Tai Chi people that do it worldwide do Yang style. The next most popular is Chen. Chen is a little more demanding, it's a little more vigorous, there's a little more going on. There's also Sun and Wu. These 4 names are family names, but there's also Bagua and Xingyi, another variation. But below those 6, there's probably another 200 or 300 recognized sub-variations. But if you want to learn what I'm going to teach today, it's Tai Chi 24 Yang style. You could go anywhere in the world and fit right into a class. It's the most standardized and well-recognized style of yoga. One of the advantages of learning the Yang style, it's very big, it's very open, very definite, wide movements. There's no little scrunchy up movements to do, and you'll see that as we go along. Related to Tai Chi, there are also weapons, and later I'm going to demonstrate a sword weapon and a stick weapon, a stick that's about this tall. So from here on, I'm just going to do it like I'm teaching a class. I'm going to go through things like just light warm-ups, fairly easy warm-ups, some balance exercises, some breathing exercises, and then I'm going to demonstrate the 24 form. There are 24 movements that are based on martial arts movements. They're legitimate martial arts. It isn't just a set of exercises based on martial arts. It is martial arts. But we don't spar with each other, we don't throw each other around, we don't do joint locking. We do it more for health and relaxation. And the guys like it because it is a martial art. But it turns out the women like it also because it makes them feel a little bit more devilish. They want to learn something that has a little more intrigue. Any idiot could make up a set of dancing and do whatever forms their own. It would be healthful. But it would have no meaning. Even though we're going to learn Tai Chi and I practice Tai Chi, I don't really practice it for self-defense. I don't expect to be in a bar in a bad section of town and expect to get into trouble and have to defend myself. That's really not what is first on my mind. The first thing on my mind is I want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to do it with other people in a mixed group. And in the meantime, I'm going to build up mostly body strength, especially lower body strength and range of movement. And so from here, I'm just going to start off, and I have to pretend, I'm really talking to the cameras, but I'm going to pretend that it's an actual class. So let's see if this is going to work. So at the beginning, I need to just loosen up. I need to stretch out a little bit. But these are fairly mild stretches. So these are just, I'm starting at the bottom and kind of working up. Then I'm going to do the knees. And the knees, I don't want to go too far to the side because knees don't go that way. So they're not really going around in a circle. It's really an ellipse, not too wide, but fairly long. It's just to get the fluids going through the joints. And I like to just squat down at least once during the day just to make sure I can keep doing that. Then I'm going to do hula hoops. This is good for the spine, lower back. And I'm going to reverse. And I'm going to do shoulder rolls. So I'm going to come all the way up, go forward, sag way down, come back, up and around. And I do 3 or 4 of these, or almost any number, then reverse and go the other way. So when I scrunch up, I really scrunch up about as far as I can go comfortably. And I go way down, actually, I try to stretch way down, up and around. And then I'm going to do just stretching and back. This is good for the spine, even though the emphasis is on the arm. I'm trying to get some twisting motion. So I go way back. And by the way, the first time I do this, I don't go as far as I can go. I don't go as far as I went yesterday. I go maybe 90% of what I did the last time yesterday. And this one, by lifting the opposite heel, I can go quite a ways. Not just the back of the room, but I can keep going. And then I just want to do a stretch this way. This one is kind of important. It shows that if I'm bending down now as far as I can go, but I can't reach my toe. And if I just wait, I can get a little further and a little further and a little closer. And eventually I get there. All muscles work this way. If I try to reach down to my toe the first time tomorrow, I'm going to hurt something in my back. So if you want to stretch your back, anything to do with the back and neck, just go slow and easy. So this one, I'm going to do the same on this side. And I can't really get there, so I'm just going to wait. So when you're first stretching, stretch easy. Anything to do with the back and neck. So the next thing I'm going to do is the neck. So I'm just going to try to bring my ear down to my shoulder. And I'm going to do 4 of these, 4 each side. And don't force this one. You can feel the stretch down through here. And then I'm just going to do 4 rotations, trying to get my chin over my shoulder. Again, don't force it, just go easy. And the last one I'm going to do is I'm trying to stretch my side, and I'm going to bend over, and I'm going to kind of let my fingers walk down the side. And this one especially, don't rush this. Don't bounce. And again, if I just go slow and wait, I can get the stretch that I want and need. This I'm just going to do on each side. There's one I want to show you that mention how not to do it. You know, an old-fashioned, very popular exercise is to bend down and touch your toes. Now, I used to be able to do it, but I can't get that close today. But don't bounce. This is exceedingly important. I see people at the park putting a leg up on the bench, and then they try to reach their foot, and they go bounce, bounce, bounce. Don't do it. It's just the wrong thing to do. If you're a little kid or in your 20s, maybe you can get away with that, but don't do it as you get older, especially not when you get to be my age. So you can add your own exercise. It's just to loosen things up, get the blood flowing, get the muscles stretched out a little bit. So from here, I'm going to do a balance exercise. And there's a few things that will help you on the balance. Almost everything has tricks and ways to do it and ways to improve it. But one is, I think everybody knows that if you close your eyes, your balance doesn't get very good. But the opposite is also true, that if you pick a spot on the floor, it's going to help you balance. But if you close your eyes, I'm going to lose it very quickly. So pay attention to where your eyes are. People get dizzy when they're on the edge of a tall building, on the edge of a cliff, and they look out and they get a little woozy and they get dizzy and they want to step back. Well, it's because the eyes see what's out there, and if you're looking out at mountains far away, if you go like this and move your head around, the scene doesn't move. But your inner ear and your brain knows that your head really did move, and now your brain has a conflict. So don't be looking around off in the space. Pick a solid point. It doesn't have to be on the floor, but in a wide space like this, a lot of objects are too far away. So pick a spot on the floor, and it could be 5 or 6, 4 feet away. Next thing is, find the middle of your foot. If you go all the way back until your toes want to come up, then go all the way forward until your heels want to come up, and then find halfway. That's where your weight should be. If your weight is back in your heels are fairly narrow. So find the halfway point. There's even a name for that. It's the bubbling well. And then put your conscious mind, let your conscious mind be aware of what the bottom of your standing foot is telling you. So then just lift your foot up. And don't do it like this. Up, hold it, down. The Tai Chi way is to come up in a nice easy flow and go back down. Shift to the other side. Again, keeping your focus forward, your weight halfway, and pay attention to what your foot is telling you. And come up. You can add in the arms as if the hand is pulling up the knee. You can almost see the string. As people get older, as we all get older, you need to practice balance. As you get dressed in the morning, at least stand up. You can put some of the clothes on standing up. It's hard to put socks on because I find my feet are further away than they used to be. So then I'm just going to make circles in front. And my foot that I'm standing on looks like it might be steady, but it's really making little corrections. So that's what I'm trying to teach my brain, to very casually and easily learn how to make the little corrections so I get control over my balance. And then go to the other side. There's nothing complicated, nothing special about any of these balance exercises. The main thing is just do it. You have to give a chance for your brain to exercise and practice balance. This next one, I'm just going to make a semicircle in back and come around in front. And I'm going to do 3 or 4 each side. Slower is better. Now in Tai Chi there's a number of kicks, but the kicks you can do as a balance exercise. Come up, out, back, down. It's a traditional martial arts kick. Done quickly it looks like this. But for a balance exercise, just do it slowly and deliberately. And the last one, which looks easy, but it's a little harder for some reason. Just lift up your foot and just wait. This is something you can do standing in line at the grocery store. People won't look at you too funny, you're just like resting your foot, but you're really practicing your balance. Anytime you can practice your balance, you should. Do it in the morning, get as many of the clothes on as you can, standing on one leg or the other, not sitting on the edge of the bed or leaning up against the bureau. As people get older, people, as a group of people, retired people certainly fall down and get hurt more often than the rest of the population. People that do Tai Chi, a number of different studies has shown that people that do Tai Chi fall less often, much less often, and when they do, they're just easier at it. They don't get hurt as severely. So of all the things I'm going to talk about and demonstrate today, the balance exercises is the most important. Even if you don't take up Tai Chi, learn how to teach yourself balance and practice balance. Do it every day. Balance is within the forms. You're going to do pretty well at doing Tai Chi if you got control over your balance. Tai Chi is done slow enough, not so much to be slow, but to make you balance. So each step has to be done in a balanced way. From here, I'm going to continue on and do something called, it's really a breath work, and it's called Qi Gong. Not the same Qi as in Tai Chi. Qi refers to body energy, the energy that flows in your body. For instance, the whole study of acupuncture is a study of manipulation of Qi. Needles are put in various places to encourage the Qi, or energy. You don't have to believe in Qi, but it works. Even dogs who neither believe or don't believe benefit from acupuncture. So anyhow, here's Qigong. And you just need to know a couple of guidelines. Every time I inhale, I'm going to rise up. Every time I exhale, I'm going to slink down and my knees are going to go out. And my breath is going to go no faster than my arms and hands. So I'm going to do this twice. First, I'm going to, basically narrate what I'm doing. Then I'm going to do it again. So inhale, rise up. Exhale, go down, let the knees go out. Inhale, come up. With the arms a little above horizontal. Exhale, go down. Bring the arms in. Inhale, come up. Cross the hands. Turn the palms down, come apart. Exhale, going down. Inhale, come up. Go straight ahead. Go down and exhale. Inhale, come out to the sides. A little above horizontal. Exhale, go down. Inhale, curl in the fingers, bend at the wrist, bend at the elbow. Inhale. Turn the hands over. Exhale, push out, go down. Repeat. This time, push up to the ceiling, push up to the sky, and go down. Come back up, inhale. Exhale, go down. Let the fingers of one hand go inside the other. Turn left, which if you're watching is that way. Exhale, come back. Same on the other side. Inhale. I'm going to bend over, and as I bend over and go down, I'm going to squeeze out air. You don't have to bend down if you have problems doing this. So exhale all the way down. Then squat down. Come up, inhale. Left hand first, spirals up. As if we're going to push the ceiling and floor. Exhale, come back down. Right hand spirals up. It turns as I go up. Come back down. Last one. A nice, easy exhale. Inhale. And just relax. Exhale. So I'm going to do the same thing again, and I'm just going to be quiet. So follow along if you can. So I think you can see what this exercise is trying to do. It's a fairly mild exercise, but it's trying to stretch your lungs. You know, it's trying to twist your body. So when I turn this way, it isn't to move my arms that way. is to try to get my shoulders to rotate more than my hips, so my lungs are being squeezed this way. And then I turn around and turn the other way. So my lungs are getting first torqued one way and then torqued the other way. When I do this, it isn't to try to stretch my arms, it's to try to stretch my lungs, diagonally this way and then this way. And in bending over is to squeeze my lungs like an accordion as I exhale. And then come back up and I do, it's like unfolding the bellows. Anyhow, that's Qigong. That's worthwhile all by itself as a separate activity. From here, I'm going to demonstrate the whole form. There's 24 forms. Each form is like a segment of an application of self-defense. One of them might look something like this. It's called left brush knee. All Tai Chi is first defend. It's not meant for first attack. It's not meant for first strike. The other person will strike first. And I deflect, and then it's my turn, and I counter strike. So all the movements, in fact, virtually, I think it's pretty safe to say, virtually all Tai Chi, all martial arts, in fact, come from China, or derive from China, have a connection back to China. With one or two exceptions. One is, American boxing. It's like no connection. The same muscles and bones, but entirely different function. One other might be the French La Savate, which I know nothing about. Anyhow, judo, karate, kung fu, all of those are related back to the beginnings in China. Okay. So from here, I'm just going to demonstrate the whole sequence of the 24 forms. It's done fairly slowly. I might not do it as slow as I would here as I would at home. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to use most of the floor. And then if you want to follow me at home, I'm going to do it again with my back to the camera. It's going to be easier to follow. But if I first do it facing the camera, you can see more what I'm doing with my arms. And again, one of the maybe standard things, at the beginning of every sequence, just about everybody steps to the left. So that's the standard Tai Chi 24 form. Excuse me. So I'm going to do it again with my back to the camera. From here, I'm going to go through the first 5 forms. There's the opening form, white crane spreads wings, hot wild horse's mane, and then play the lute. So before this, there's a basic technique you need to learn, which is Tai Chi walking, how to walk. So you first turn one foot out. It's always going to be to a corner or a wall. And then I just use my toe to help me balance. And I'm going to go forward slowly under full control and put the heel down. Put weight in, let the knee go just barely over the toe. Shift back and turn. So once this pattern starts to make sense, then whatever foot is going forward, just put the hand with it. This isn't the full form, but it's starting to look like the complete form. So I'm going to stop there. So that's the basic walking, the fundamental walking. So again, start off with one foot to a corner, use the other foot just to balance, and then step out under full control, step out, heel first, then wait. So then add the hands. So that's the basic Tai Chi walking, and it looks simple and people even have trouble with that learning. But the complete form has something called hold the ball. It looks like, my fingers are bent down, I'm bent at the wrist, and that's like a semicircle, and the one on top, it looks like I'm holding something as big as a basketball. So when I step out left foot and left hand. It's like a poke, and this hand just floats down. Shift back, turn left. Hold the ball left side and turn to the left, not straight ahead, but to the left. Step out, right foot, right side. So in this particular form, everything is either left, left, or right, right. So even as I'm standing, right hand is on top and weight's on the right foot. Step out, left foot, left hand. Hot wild horse's mane. And in the sequence, there's 3 of these. Okay. So that's, the opening is considered the first form. So the opening, I send out the left leg. My knees are nearly straight. I try not to have them locked, but just barely unlocked. Come up. Elbows start down first. Hands go parallel to the floor or the earth. I shift to the right, hold the ball, and bring in the left toe. I'm going to go that way. So I have to step my left foot a little bit to the back of the room. Hot wild horse's mane, but then I have to bring up this toe. So every footprint, I have the forward foot straight square to that wall and the back foot to a corner. So that's the first hot wild horse's mane. I do mirror image the right side, so it's right hand, right foot. And again, left hand, left foot. So there's 3 of these in a row. And then I do a half step, shift all the weight back, my hands cross. As my right hand comes up, the left foot comes up. This is just like a little tiny kick. So that's white crane spreads wings. To show that again, here's the third hot wild horse's mane. Half step, all the weight back, left foot comes up with the right hand. Turn left, turn right, pull in the foot. So then left brush knee. I'm going to come back to here. This is where it starts. 3 things happen at the same time. My bottom hand goes back. My top hand goes down. And it goes down on the far side. It doesn't go here. It goes down like a parachute. It floats, just floats down. So as the hands are doing this, the left foot steps out. So it looks like this. Then I continue up and around. Left brush knee. And it's called left brush knee because it looks like my hand, it's not physically brushing the knee, but it's out maybe 8 or 10 inches in a semicircle. So watch for the 3 things. Bottom hand back, top hand down as I step. Then I keep going. the left hand brushing as if to push away a kick. That's diffusing or neutralizing the attack, and then I counter-attack. So watch this hand. It's going to go down and like catch on top of, it could be an incoming fist or a kick. I push it away, then I counter-attack. It's somewhat stylized, but see if you can see what's happening. I continue on. Left side is a mirror image, but it's the same words. Bottom hand back, top hand down as I step. Right, brush, knee. And again, one more. So there's 3 of these in a row. Left brush, knee. At the end of that, half step, face into the corner, heel step, and then close up. So my left arm didn't move much, but my right arm, the center of my right palm looks at my elbow, so it kind of looks like this, not touching. So let's put all that together. So I'm going to start again over here. So left foot to the side. Knees nearly straight but not locked. So a light inhale. Elbows go down first, knees go out. Shift to the right, pull in the left foot. Hold the ball. I'm going to step a little bit to the left, but mostly to the back of the room. So just for a moment, I look, my feet are going to 2 walls. But as I continue, bring up the back toe. Wild horse's mane. So now, right foot, right hand. So this is the third one. Keep going, half step. Shift all the weight back. White crane spread swings with a little tiny kick. Turn left. Turn right. Pull in the foot. Left brush knee. And right brush knee. Left brush knee. That's the third one. Half step, face the corner, heel step, and then close up. Play the loop. So that's just a hint of what's happening. I want to do just one other example, and that is cloud hands. Cloud hands, it's kind of easy to see how various forms are taught. Cloud hands looks like this. Moving hands like clouds, but it's always called cloud hands. So what I want to demonstrate is first I'm going to do the feet, then I'm going to do the hands. So the feet, I'm really going to be going sideways, about like this, although I'll be turning and doing this. So I'm just going to do the feet. So I'm going to start off, and I'm going to turn. I'm going to go that way, but I'm going to turn away from where I'm going. Which, as I turn, it makes me want to lift up this heel. So encourage that heel to come up and step out. As that heel goes down, I shift in that direction and I turn in that direction. And as I turn, my hip wants to pull up the opposite heel. So encourage that and pull in the foot. Turn to the right, and as I turn more, you can see as I turn, I lift up my opposite heel. So that foot goes out. As it goes down, I shift and turn while shifting, bring in the foot. So you can see I'm just going to progress to the side. First one foot goes this way, and then I pull in the other. But I engage turning, and I let the heel come up first. So let's leave that alone and see what the hands are doing. So if I turn to the right and hold the ball, and as I turn to the right hand is on top. And if I do nothing else but turn to the other side, the left side, now the left hand is on top. To go back, this hand doesn't go down, it actually goes away and kind of curves. Okay? So it goes down. Both hands are slowly turning over, so that by the time they get to here, the right hand is on top, but the palms still face each other. Top hand goes away, curves down, shift left, and the hands are slowly turning over. Palm to palm, turn right, palm to palm again, hold the ball. So for instance, it's not like this, it's don't do this. Don't do square. Just go nice and easy. Relax the wrist, let the fingers bend a little bit, and encourage the opposite heel to come up. I'm not going to move my feet, but watch the heels. As I turn and put weight on the left side, let the heel come up. Notice at about halfway point like this, both hands are on edge, but they're still turning. As I turn right, the heel comes up. Now this time I'm going to pull in my right foot as the top hand goes out. As I shift to the right, encourage the opposite heel. I have my right hand, but left heel coming up. Top hand is going to go sideways as it curves down. So notice top hand and opposite foot move. Top hand and opposite foot. I'm doing more than 3, but in the series, there's 3. So you can see that by breaking it apart into pieces, first you learn what the feet are supposed to do, the directions, then with the hands, the turning, what they're doing, and then you put it together. So that's a fairly quick explanation and demonstration of what Tai Chi is. Is it easy to learn? Well, it has a lot in it, and while it's not difficult, you're required really to pay attention. You can't do it mindlessly. You can't just show up and go through the motions. You kind of have to get in it. And if you don't like what you're doing, you're not comfortable in the class, maybe you need to take something else. But don't quit because you don't get it. It's really worthwhile putting in the effort. So I'm going to leave it there. A little bit of advice is try it. I tried it. It took me a year, I think, for my wife to convince me that we want to go do this. And finally I said, yeah, I think I'd like to meet people and just get into doing something in a group, especially a mixed group. And in all the classes I've been in over so many years, either teaching or being a student, it's been a complete mixture of men and women. I've never had all guys or all women. So anyhow, give it a try. You might get a shock that it's a little more difficult than it would first appear, but stay with it. Don't give up because you don't get it. That's where I was from, the first class. Try it. There's a lot of benefits. Thank you. Okay.
Feels good?
Yeah, so let's do one.
All right, here we go. Let me get in there, and you can hit whatever you want. Please, please, go for it.
Oops, I need to start over. Yeah, that looked okay.
Yeah.
So,
So, anything else would you like to do?
Gonna-
Careful on that wire right behind you.
yeah.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna do a long form, 108 long form.
Okay.
It's gonna seem like it's gonna go on forever.
Okay.
So you wanna fire this one off?
Yep, we're ready to go.
Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you for what, anytime. You got any back line?
Seems like, yeah, well, let's do that after. That's a
Yeah,
piece
let's
we
do
can
the
just
dance form,
clip on.
And then let's do the outro. Or sometimes we put it on, right?
All right.